Alright, springtime in Florida. My peaches are starting to grow. I'm making sure that I don't have too many on here, or else the quality won't be that great. I have ladybugs on here helping me out. Everything looks good and healthy. Dragon fruit didn't sustain too much damage during the freezes. Actually, frost. We didn't have any freezes this year. It was a really good winter here. My persimmons is still dormant. It usually stays dormant for some time. Monstera delicioso. It's not doing too bad. Got some bananas on. Got the ice cream guy coming in the background. They had a frost, so part of the bananas didn't take, and the flower started growing, and so I cut it off because I wasn't getting any more bananas to set. My mangoes starting to get some that are starting to set. Unfortunately, I had a lot of bad flowers. I don't know what occurred here, but it looks the same year after year, and I still wind up getting a decent amount of mangoes. My second dragon fruit, actually this is the third. The first one I had cut down, but this is a product of that tree, that plant. And so I cut a piece off, and this is just pure cactus soil, dedicated. They say that it'll produce a better plant when it's not in the ground, so you can control the fertilizer in the water. So this is about 8 months into it, and you can see this plant on the back side getting a lot more fruit setting. So I don't know if this portion, if I'm getting some rootstock here in the primary, this would be potentially rootstock, but this is where the graft was. I know this one, I had 1 year where it froze and it died, so I may actually have two different varieties coming on. So I have this as from the straight piece, and then I have this front piece here. So I'll find out this year. Last year nothing produced on that. And then recently I purchased this coconut cream. I had a star fruit tree here. It was causing some issues. It was a pretty decent tree, but anyways. So I don't think this one, it may set some fruit. I don't know. I haven't decided if I want it to produce this year since it's newly in the ground. I may let one coconut cream grow on it. We'll see how that goes. I have a sugar apple here. It's coming out of dormancy. A couple jackfruits from seed. And this is my Ooh La La Super Haas. It has sprung to life. I've got new growth. Put some sugar cane in the ground this year. We'll see how that does. I heard they need a lot of water. I do have irrigation on everything. Move it along. This is my carry. It's looking quite healthy. This thing's a beast. Year after year, it's been pretty consistent. It is the standard carry where it produces more 1 year, less the other year. So it's pretty big. And in front of it I have a Cabotois grape. It's still in dormancy. I have already treated it and fertilized it, and so once it starts to bring to life, I will treat it again, making sure I don't get any molds or anything on the leaves. Then we have an Alfonso here. It hasn't produced at all. Maybe this year it'll push something, who knows. And then, of course, the ever-bearing mulberry. I've cut this thing back so many times. It's a massive tree that that grows extremely well. Pretty much, I'm assuming, in any condition, and produces these delicious fruit pretty much all year long. We do share them with the birds, which is fine because it produces way more than they can eat, as you can see. But I've cut this thing down so many times and it just keeps growing back, just to keep shaping it how I want it, away from the shed actually. Here's an ornamental desert rose, very beautiful variety. It's already coming to life. So this is the second year I just planted it. You're supposed to raise them up out of the soil so it can expose more of this unique root ball. There's a specific name, I can't remember it. They call it something with a C, I believe. And then I have one back here which died off from a fungus because I had it in the wrong soil, and I packed it in cinnamon and it is coming back to life. And then this is my sad sugarloaf pineapple patch. Had the golden variety in here, it did much better. This is the single harvest that I received this year, and I planted the top. We'll see how this one does. I might just keep this one in the future pineapples in special soil. Maybe it'll do better. Here's a struggling jackfruit I planted from seed about 2 to 3 years ago. Looks like it's starting to come to life again. Did die off pretty far back, but it had a strong will to live. So now it's at about 6'2" and hanging in there. And finally, this is my Volusia Pride. This is a very beautiful young tree. It's probably 2 years now in the ground, possibly 3. And it is looking like it may want to produce this year. Last year, it did put out flowers, but nothing stayed. Very healthy looking tree. Very happy. I love the shape of this tree. It is a fast grower, like they say, once it established its root system. The first year was pretty much doing nothing, just looking to, I guess, grow roots. And once it established, it's growing about, I would say, every time it shoots up, right around, that's around 2 foot of growth right there. And I think this is the original when I purchased it. The original from here down to here. But it's just gaining in size. This is gonna be excellent.